Guess where it was made?
China.
Nope.
England.
Nope.
Woodland.
Mom.
You can't have it till you guess where it was made.
Why are you holding it to your heart?
Ireland. Korea.
South Korea.
The good Korea.
Ooh, not you bashing. And oop.
Okay. So, we went to the Davis Farmers Market yesterday, and we bought some items, some vegetables. You had your heart set on broccoli, and then you also got green onions, tomatoes, which you dropped. They were they were bagged.
Oh my gosh!
But you dropped them on the ground, and it was 2-3 foot drop. But you dropped them, and then the farmer's market vendor was like, "Oh, grab another."
Yeah.
Which you did. By the way, those tomatoes were absolutely bussin'.
Oh yes, I sliced them open today.
Yeah.
The most beautiful ruby red tomatoes.
Yeah.
They were so vibrant. They smelled so good.
Yeah.
I cooked them up in a egg scramble for our breakfast.
Yes.
They were so nice.
They were so good. They were out of this world. You got broccoli. Initially, you had your heart set on broccoli. You were like, I want broccoli, and then whatever happens, whatever craziness
Whatever
happens.
catches my eye. I also got a squash.
Oh, yeah.
And what was that green thing? Was that a zucchini?
Zucchini.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never buy those. We never eat them, but I bought those as well.
Yeah, which you roasted in our toaster oven, and they were absolutely bussin'. Did we use that word too much?
Not enough, honey.
We need a new word. What are the kids using on TikTok, Luna? But you roasted it. You threw some Parmesan cheese. And I was like, wow, this is really, it was really good char. The cheese was busting. The veggies were busting. Anyways, so the broccoli, you began chopping up today.
Yes.
And then, take it from here, darling.
So suddenly on my cutting board, I see a little bug, like a black. I have no idea what it was.
Yeah. It was alive.
And I was like,
it's alive.
I was shocked because I actually washed the vegetables yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I didn't end up cooking them.
Right.
So I washed them yesterday.
You washed them. You put them in Ziploc bags.
They sat out for hours on the counter, like drying. And I was like, maybe I'll do something. Maybe I'll wait. It was bedtime. I didn't do anything. So I bagged them up and put them away.
Yeah.
So this bug survived.
Right.
The washing, it didn't. It survived the night. And so I was really surprised to see a living bug on the cutting board today.
Yeah. Well, there were multiple.
Well, okay, first of all, there was only one of this particular, little black bug. Okay. I don't know what it was. Yeah. I immediately killed it with a paper towel.
Okay.
I was like, that's fine. You know, we're out here. We're living off the ground.
Farm to
the
fork.
Nature. The dirt is feeding us.
Yeah.
And that's to be expected.
Yeah.
So then I start chopping up the broccoli, cutting off the stem, and I see a green piece, and I think it's like a leaf. So I pick it up to separate it from what we're going to actually be eating.
Yeah.
It's squishy. It's gooey. It's squishy.
Goo.
It's wiggling. This is a green worm. It's a good worm. It's a worm.
Freaky deaky.
And I think it's because I actually touched it.
Yeah.
I was just so unsettled for many, many minutes.
Yeah. When you touch a worm, it's like, stop touching me. And it twists and turns. It's sleeping in the prone position and you're bothering it.
The texture.
Yeah.
The squishy texture.
The texture of the broccoli, the texture of the worm.
So I threw it away.
Well, you pointed it out to us.
Oh, yeah. I had to show you all.
Lennox
Everyone had to see it.
Freaked the heck out. I was like, wow, this is...
He was like, I'm not eating that, as if he was going to eat it anyway.
Right. That's illegal. Well, a few weeks ago, we went to a grocery outlet bargain market, and the employee dropped broccoli on the ground. I was like, what the hell? Call the HOA, call the FDA, call Dr. Fauci, call everyone. call Homeland Security, but this piece of broccoli needs to go into and the employee just picked it up as if nonchalant and put it right back into the produce section. And I thought, wow, we are never buying produce that's not pre-bagged from Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. But after you bought this broccoli from a vendor, a seemingly kind vendor, honey, who let you grab an extra tomato, the bug, it like wigged me out. Like bugs aren't normal from the Safeway produce.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever found a bug on produce I've bought in a grocery store.
Yeah.
But I was working at a pub in 2004 in London.
Yes.
And one of our patrons ordered a salad. Yeah. And his salad had like some sort of bug in it. Nothing too gross or creepy. It was like...
Yeah. Like a ladybug, like, hi, I'm a ladybug.
It was like a nice little bug.
I have black marks on my red coat.
But I remember, like, my coworkers and our manager was like, I mean, that happens. Like, it's lettuce, it's produce. Like,
sure.
It's the bug's home. You're chopping down their home. You're bringing it to your house to eat. You're eating their habitat.
The bug is suddenly unhoused, temporarily, currently experiencing homelessness.
But so I'm chopping up the broccoli here at home today.
Yeah.
I found a little black bug, killed it. Yeah. Little green worm, killed it. And then I was like, you guys, like, should we eat this still?
Murder! Murder!
I didn't know. I was a little, like, I didn't want to keep touching the broccoli. I was terrified of what my fingers might touch next.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It's fine. This is nature. This is natural.
Yeah.
I kept going. So I chopped. Almost immediately, I found another green worm.
3 bugs.
3 bugs.
3 bugs.
So I was like, forget it. This little batch of broccoli is going in the trash.
Yeah.
I'm not risking any more encounters.
Right. But the previous batch with the 2 bugs, you were like, we're going to eat this or I'm going to roast this.
No. I got 2 bunches of broccoli.
Okay.
The first one, I chopped up nothing. It was the second one that had all these bugs on it.
Oh, okay.
Although they were in the same bag overnight together.
Oh, right. You know what? And you like washed and bagged everything, and put it into Ziploc bags last night, and they sat on the counter overnight. And this morning, it was like there was condensation.
Yeah,
I was like, "What's going on here?" Like, there's a lot of moisture. There's a lot of cloudiness happening in these Ziploc bags. Now that I know there was a living being in there, breathing, existing, pooping on your broccoli. Is that what you want, honey?
You know what? I'm not a vegetable expert.
Yeah.
I don't think they probably didn't need to be bagged. I could have just left them open in the air. Although, would those bugs be like crawling around our house now?
Would we be infested? Floor to ceiling. So you've killed all 3 bugs. Exterminated. Oh. I
killed 3. I tossed out the rest of the broccoli that I hadn't yet chopped up. Because I was like, forget it. I'm not going through this trauma again.
There's probably like 16 bugs in our garbage can right now.
But the stuff I'd already chopped up, where I didn't find any living creatures, that is what I roasted up today. I threw it all in the toaster oven, roasted it up. Bit of oil, olive oil, bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And I ate it. Like, I've already eaten it, so...
Yeah, you threw some Parmesan on there. I had a bite. It was absolutely bussin'.
Yeah.
It was really good. Did you go... Did you do a full-on, like, deep dive search? Like, floor to ceiling, window to window, door to door?
I looked at it.
I wonder if there is a bug. Did you roast it? Did you kill it? People eat bugs.
Sure. People eat bugs all the time.
Right.
I think only some bugs are bad to consume. But I think, like, a green garden worm, that's fine.
That's roasted with some olive oil. The great Marshall Phillips ate a bug, and it was a bug that was dead, obviously, and it was dried,
crispy,
dried out,
crispy, crunchy, juicy, tender,
and sold in a questionable area of San Francisco, California. But it was encrusted in cheddar, like cheddar powder. So essentially, you were eating 90% cheddar powder and 10% grasshopper. It was a grasshopper, and he said it was fine, but he's not. He didn't continue to eat grasshoppers.
Well, isn't it true that like a certain percentage of your food contains like bug parts and stuff you wouldn't normally put in your mouth?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're fine. It's extra fiber.
It's fine. We're fine. My former coworker, Kem, he eats chicken feet. He eats tendons, and the pictures he sends me, like, blow my mind. Like, I couldn't imagine eating chicken feet. But then the foot is right next to the thigh, leg bone connected to the knee bone.
But isn't the foot like a bunch of bone? Is there meat? I guess a little bit. Huh?
It's a lot of bone. It's very tender. Well, yeah. You think? Would you rather eat a thigh? Oh, it's all chicken. Bunch of nonsense.
Why are some body parts palatable?
Right.
And some are just completely disgusting and off-putting.
Right. I don't know. It's the FDA.
Like, give me a breast, yeah. I don't want to eat a tongue.
Right. Give me some chicken titty, but give me a chicken toe. That's disgusting. I don't know, but that's the way it is. And I don't know. I can't make sense of it. It makes no sense that cultures eat this and then other cultures eat that, and then they're like, that's gross, but it's all gross.
It's all an animal, a living creature that we're consuming.
Yeah. So is this? Are we going to continue farm to fork, farmers markets? Are you going to? Well, first of all, because of the Davis Farmers Market and farmers markets in general, there's 18 people selling broccoli. So you settled on the older Asian couple selling produce because you're married to an Asian man, maybe half Asian man. But you made the decision. Is all broccoli at farmers market infested with bugs?
Yes. But you know what? We bought some mushrooms from Grocery Outlet Bargain Market last weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like wiping them off with a wet paper towel to clean them before eating them last weekend.
Yes.
Heck of dirt.
Yes.
They were covered in dirt.
Yeah.
So you know what? You want to eat something that's grown from the ground.
Yeah.
You're going to get stuff from the ground.
Yeah.
It's just part of... I'm going to keep going to the farmer's market. I'm going to continue my new farm-to-fork lifestyle.
Can I go with you?
Yes.
Well, this is why Lennox Albert, he sticks to fruit snacks and beef jerky. There are no bugs in fruit snacks, honey. Maybe we should take a lesson. I'm not bothered by it. If you roast a bug, season it right with everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. I guess I would dig it. But although a grasshopper is quite sizable, Marshall Phillips, compared to these little worms that we saw on our cutting board, honey.
A little worm is like a little squiggle.
Yeah.
A grasshopper has like legs and a head.
And it's moving. It's like... It's got wings like... fluttering. Anyways.
What is this, Fear Factor?
That was Joe Rogan's, the number one podcaster in America. One of his notable gigs was Fear Factor. So we ate at a gas station, honey.
I love eating at gas stations.
Yes. Most notably...
And oop.
Delete.
Never mind that bug.
What?
Most notably, we ate at Short Stuff Cafe, which is located at a Chevron in Roseville. Bomb breakfast burritos. The ladies there weren't wearing gloves, which you had a problem with.
Yes, these ladies, these old aunties, handling our food bare skin, bare fingered, rolling my burrito. Yeah. I was not okay with that, but it was like the best burrito I've ever had.
It was super bussin'. The no gloves thing I get, but it's when they start handling cash and then going to your burrito.
Didn't they do that? Because one of the ladies came up and we paid and she checked us out.
Yeah, we didn't die. We lick dollar bills. We eat worms and broccoli, honey. We're still out here.
It fortifies the body.
Another notable gas station dining option is Crispy Crunchy, spelled with 2 Ks, which is at the 76 at a couple gas stations in Sacramento. But we had it. You didn't like it.
No,
I dug it. It's fried chicken cooked in a gas station. But
gimme.
People like it. Go to their Yelp. Many high praises. So gas station food, it's a thing.
AM/PM has great food.
Well, we did a taste test. We bought burgers and breakfast stuff. It was terrible.
I used to eat AM/PM food a lot.
Hot food?
Yeah, hot food from the little, like you open the little glass doors. Yeah. Maybe like 10 years ago. I'd go there often on my lunch break.
Yeah. But recently we did the AM/PM Arco taste test.
It wasn't as good as I remembered.
It was terrible. But gas station food can be good. It can be horrifying. But recently a gas station opened near us in West Sacramento called Maverik. Maverik, no C. That's what it's called. And they do gas, but then they have food. Like they have hot food, and they have like hot food where you open the glass cabinet and you grab whatever. But they also do order. Like you can go up to a counter and say, "I want a taco. I want nachos." And this was seen as something significant by some people on various West Sac Facebook groups that we're in. Like it's a big deal. And most notably in Utah and Arizona, Maverik is a thing.
I don't understand why people in our local West Sac Facebook groups were so excited about the opening of Maverik. And I still don't understand why anyone like recognizes it or why is it notable in any way? Because I can't imagine saying like, oh, I went to AM/PM and got a hot sandwich. Right. And anyone like caring or noticing
and it was good. Yeah, these people have very little going on in their lives, honey. I would suspect, but people were excited, so that led to us being excited.
Yeah, we were like, well, what the heck? We got to check this out.
Yeah, and so we went over there yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday. First of all, Maverik as a gas station, like you go to their website. Maverik.com, no C, and they have the gas prices, so it's not like I'm gonna go to a Shell or I'm gonna go to a Chevron, I'm gonna go wherever, and I'm gonna show up and then I see the gas station gas price per gallon. They put it on their website. I think that's fantastic.
Yes, it's a great public service,
right? All these Shell, Exxon Mobil assholes. In cahoots with
Jeff Bezos
and Arco and
Big Oil
and oop
OPEC, honey. Okay, think about it. But I like that transparency that Maverik is like, this is our gas price, and it's lower than our local Shell. So maybe that's why they do it. But I like that they do that. So it's not relying on some third-party website like Gas Buddy, which is fairly reliable. But I think that's something noteworthy. Maverik is big in Utah. So, well, one of the states is big in Utah. And you posted pictures and on your story or your regular gram? I get confused.
Yeah, my Instagram, my stories. And it was so funny because a few of my cousins who live in Utah were like, "Hey, Maverik!" Like,
yeah.
One of my cousins said, "Are you in Utah?" The other one said, "Oh,
are you in Utah?" No, okay.
Not that you know of. The other one was like, "Oh, I just went there." Like a few people commented.
Yeah.
And not just my cousins, but like a couple of Mormon gals. So it was so funny. I was like, "Wow, this is a thing."
Right.
It's come to California now.
It's very noteworthy because most people don't get any comments on any Instagram stories because most of it is nonsense and stupid and pointless.
True.
Just like the internet. But you heard from Mormon...
Four people.
4 people.
And it was just cracking me up because...
It's crazy.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, they're big in Utah, so I think there's a fondness. And like going back to the Westack Facebook, there's a fondness. Like people, that's a thing where I'm from, and they're no longer there because they're in West Sacramento. But now it's here. So, but I thought about El Torito, which is a Mexican restaurant. I have fond memories of from when I was a kid. There was an El Torito in Sacramento. But I just think it's nostalgia. Like, I have fond memories of this chain or this restaurant that Maverik kind of tugs on. And people are like, "Oh, Maverik. Oh, El Torito." Because I remember getting fried ice cream with my parents and stepbrother and stepsister. It blew our mind. And really, they just take some ice cream, they put some flour on it, they throw it in the fryer. But it was really good.
I don't understand fried ice cream.
It
Doesn't it melt?
No, because it has the batter on it, or the flour.
I've never had fried ice cream.
It's good. Well, we're going to go to El Torito in Rancho Bernardo in 1992 and have it. But you mentioned fondness for chains. Lions. Yeah, something that you grew up with.
Lions was my favorite restaurant growing up, and it was the local hotspot in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, it was the place everyone congregated on the weekends or after school dances.
Yeah.
My family regularly went there, like cousins, aunts, uncles, it was the place to be.
Yeah.
It was such a fun, big location, good food, good times.
It was the spot. It was the spot to be seen.
And it's not there anymore. It hasn't been there for many years. Right. And I don't know if all Lions are gone or if there's just a couple of them remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if one opened up and somebody went to it, I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I love Lions."
Our post Friday night high school football spot was Denny's, which is a huge chain and still exists. Still is a huge chain. But we would... go there and it would be like 30 people. We were all juniors and seniors, and splitting the bill was a fucking nightmare. But we would just have a bunch of tables, and we would all like that was the spot to go post Friday night football. And we weren't old enough or cool enough to drink beer with the senior football people. But I definitely have fond memories of the Denny's back in the day. In-N-Out, I would say.
Yes, I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Because that's like a West Coast.
Right.
I remember when the first ones started opening up here in Sacramento, it was like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, they'd only been in Southern California.
Yeah.
And I went to one, like on a drive to Disneyland or Southern California. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What is this?" Yeah, so it was like a huge deal when they opened up here.
Yeah.
It's very special.
It's got that kind of mystique / nostalgia / it makes me think of being young, and Maverik triggers that in people, or just being from like I was in Utah and we went to Maverik oftentimes for whatever reason, but now I live in West Sacramento, and there a Maverik opened, so it makes me feel things. It's very odd. Freaking retail food, gas establishment evoking memories and fondness and feelings and emotions, but that's what's happening. So I was definitely hyped up by the West Sac Facebook. We pulled in and you started clapping, honey. Like, we pulled into the parking lot, you started clapping, and I said, honey, it's probably going to be underwhelming. Let's be honest. Most of life is. But managing expectations is very important.
I felt like we were pulling into the Disneyland parking lot. I was like, we're here.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah. It's very destination.
Yes.
Driven. It's like Disneyland, or if you remember the first Vacation with Chevy Chase when they pulled into Wally World, it was a big deal. And it's definitely like they have, I don't know if acreage, but they have some space, and it's they have many pumps.
They have a rest area.
There's many parking spots, and they have the insides, which we dine into. But it's like a spectacle on some level. Well, it's all entertainment. Food and Disneyland and gas stations with food. It's just entertainment in the end. So we walked in after you applauded. I put my hands on your applauding hands and I said, "Oh, simmer down, calm." And we were greeted by a lovely gentleman, an employee. And he said, "Hi, how are you? Welcome." And we're like, "Okay, cool." I dug that.
Great service.
Yes.
Okay.
The employees, I don't know if they care.
They made me feel like family.
They pretended to care, and really, that's all we're out here looking for. But yeah, the gentleman said, "Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming in." And I said, "My good man, what do you suggest I dine on? What's
your favorite?
What's your fresh fish? Where did you get it from? Bodega Bay." So you walk in, and it's a nice space, but right away it's all the usual suspects. There's potato chips, there's candy.
There's a twirling rack of sunglasses.
That are overpriced, which you didn't browse, but you did browse the sunglasses at Dollar Tree today.
Always,
I
honey.
thought,
always.
Don't do it, honey. Don't do it. So noteworthy observations about this Maverik location with no sea. They have a beer cave. So it's an entire room dedicated to cervezas and alcohol. And you walk in, there's a door, you pull open the door and you walk in, and there's just beer.
It's like a giant walk-in fridge freezer.
Yeah.
At first I was like, are we allowed in here?
Right.
I've never seen such a thing.
Yeah.
So we opened it up, we went inside. It was freezing cold in there.
It's super cold.
There's tons and tons of beers and boxes. It felt so fun and special.
Special, unique, different. There's 6-packs. There's cases of 24 beers, and it was just like, well, this is something. This is cool. And walking to another room reminded me of when I worked at a video store. In our adult section, mature, honey, had a door. So most people envision the adult section of a video store. You got to walk through beads, like you got to spread the beads and then walk in. And after you walk in, you hear the beads clink, 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 clink.
I love that sound.
What?
My great grandma in her house, going from one entryway to another, down the hallway, she had the hanging beads.
Oh, really?
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Her house had it was very aesthetic. It was like a 70s vibe.
And oop.
But yeah, when I worked at a video store way back in the day, we had the door, and when you heard the door, well, just like the beads clank, 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 clank. Yeah, but when you heard the door open, someone twisting the doorknob and opening it and then closing it, you were like, oh, I see what you're doing. I know you're married, okay? I know you have a family, and what are you doing in there? And what are you gonna pick? Because I have suggestions. Just kidding.
The Bear Cave had a sign that said 18 and over only.
18?
18? That's not right.
That's illegal.
It must... Okay, it must have said 21 and over. So we went...
we need to figure this out and verify it, and if so, call ATF.
You and I went in there.
Yes.
And I was like, is someone going to come card us?
Yeah.
Like, we just walked in like we own the place.
Right. Oh, you think there should be a doorman like at the bar?
Bouncer.
Like, checking IDs like, oh, let me see this expired ID. Have you ever used an expired ID to get into a bar or club?
I'm a good girl. I've never used a fake ID. I've never used an expired ID.
I used an expired ID, and it was from my coworker.
So it wasn't even yours? It was fake.
Correct.
And expired?
My coworker's name was Isaac, and he had his older brother's expired ID. His name was Silvio Serrano, Hispanic man.
So you passed as a Hispanic man?
Yes. From Tulare, California. And so he was like, well, here's my older brother's IDs. Use it or see if you can get in. And listen, you talk about North Beach, San Francisco. I spent a week there one night, if you know what I'm saying, honey. But yes, I have used expired IDs. Don't do this, Luna. Or Lennox. Another thing is that they had the toppings bar. So because of COVID and whatever, many places, they don't have toppings. They don't have condiments. It's just empty now. But Maverik ain't out here. They ain't playing no games. Tons of toppings like onions, jalapenos. Also lots of condiments like buffalo sauce and chipotle sauce.
They had so many sauces.
Yeah.
It was very impressive.
Yeah. And it was all there for the taking. I was like, this is a good time. Hot food. They had corn dogs and hot dogs, the usual suspects. But I was there for something different. We were there for something different. The ready-to-eat burritos. They had chicken tomatillo, which I think is a fancy selection. Mm-hmm. It's not like bean, cheese. This is bean, cheese, and rice. Chicken tomatillo. I'm like, oh, wow. This is a real taqueria up in here. Also, the sweet pork burrito, which I still want to try. Sounded intriguing, but I didn't get. And then, like we mentioned, there's a counter where you can walk up and order something, and they'll make it there. Limited selection, hopefully, because it's still new. The Maverik station is still new, so hopefully they add stuff. But they had tacos, they had salad, they had nachos. I went on Maverik.com and I looked at. I said my location was in Utah, Salt Lake City, whatever. Jordan, ever hear it, honey?
Yes.
And they have pizza, and they have all sorts of breakfast pizza. So hopefully we get pizza or breakfast pizza.
I feel like they're in their soft launch era.
Right.
But if they expand and like grow, we got to go back. We got to get more food.
Friends and family. We were the only ones let in, honey. Friends and family, not the usual customers. We dined in on a counter. That there were no tables.
There was a counter, no stools, no chairs, but you put your food up there and you just stand and eat it. Yeah. It was okay.
Well, initially I was like, we're gonna eat in the car to have an authentic gas station hot food experience. But then you were like, honey, they have a counter right there. So I was like, oh. So we walked out and then we walked back in. And we sat on the counter. Okay, let's talk about our food. So we got a beverage, and their drink station is something to behold. Like there's not too much selection, but there's a lot. Like there's 4 Diet Cokes, there's 4 Mountain Dews.
It's pretty impressive. They have a ton of different soft drinks.
Right.
Lots of different brands and flavors.
Yeah.
Each one has the little button where you can add in the syrup for either lime, cherry, or vanilla.
Yeah.
However, I feel like I never know how to use this. Like, do you push the flavor and then the soda?
I don't know.
Because I did that and I feel like it didn't work.
It's very complex.
I've encountered this at one other gas station in my life, and like I couldn't figure it out, and I still can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, they have like recipe drink suggestions on the screen there, and it's like put Diet Mountain Dew and then some coconut and some grape, but they didn't have the coconut or grape additions, so it was like, well, I want the tropical Fiesta mix, but
what they were advertising they didn't quite have available.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're going to add that.
Yeah.
Or is that sign it shouldn't be there. It's not valid.
Lies. Edit as Judy Farrell would do. So for food, you got the Tornado. I got the beefy cheese burrito. We ate our total till for beefy cheese burrito, Tornado, and a large beverage was $8 and change. Anytime we can snack or eat or have a fine date, a hot date at the gas station out for less than $10, I'm all about that life. And Bonfire is their brand. So this is all, it's Maverik, but their hot food is listed as Bonfire Burrito, Bonfire Tornado. You got the Tornado, honey. It's described as a ranchero beef tornado. And then it goes on as to say, it's a whirlwind of flavor! Exclamation point. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections on your Tornado, my love?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It needed way more filling.
Yeah.
And it also needed some sort of sauce.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's on me because I could have gone to the sauce bar and gotten some sort of dipping something or other.
There's tons of condiments and toppings and sauces, but we're dining on a counter that's like 8 inches wide and we're standing up. We don't have plates. We don't have chairs. So, yeah, kind of working out the sauce situation. It's a lot to ask.
I want to go back because I want to try so much more of their food. The reason I only got one little Tornado taquito is because that morning we'd gone to Raising Cane's.
Yes.
That was like just a few hours earlier.
We ate fried chicken for breakfast. It was fantastic.
Gorged on like 3,000 calories
of
food.
Why are you bringing this up? Honey?
Well, because.
We did a bang, okay? Okay, Mom.
I wanted to get the hot food. Like, they have tacos that they fresh make back there.
Yeah.
Their prepackaged salads looked really good.
Yeah.
But I was like, the Tornado was like 180 calories. And I was like, I'm going to go for that.
They had a pretzel that was stuffed with jalapeno cheddar.
Stuffed cheddar jalapeno pretzel looks so good. Yeah,
it looked really good, and I wanted to get it, but I was like, well, we got to go home and throw it in the microwave because that's what it says on the instructions. Yeah. And then I thought, okay, well, that's a possibility, but there's no way this can be good. No way. No.
I bet it's amazing.
I bet it's the worst thing ever.
I want to get it next time.
Honey, we will. Well, your Tornado, it's essentially a taquito or a roll taco, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was like dry, but at the same time, it wasn't that dry. It needed some sauce. It needed something. But it was fine. It was mid. Yeah. Would you get it again? They got sweet pork burritos, honey.
No, I wouldn't get it again.
Yeah. We're gonna go back. So I got the beefy cheesy burrito, and it was pre-made. It's there in the little glass case or plastic door case, I guess, clear plastic that you pull back. I thought it was mostly bussin'. Like the beef and cheese, I was there for. I was like, okay, I can get behind this. I'm digging this. But at some points, there was it was very tot heavy, like potato, and I was like, well, am I eating a potato burrito? And this isn't a large burrito the size of your forearm, but there were definite sections of just pure potato, pure tot, which I wasn't a fan of. But for the most part, the beef and cheese, it was good. At one point, I went over to the toppings bar, and they had pico de gallo there, and it was cold. Like that stuff is refrigerated. Like they got the refrigeration underneath going up towards the container of pico, and I threw some of that. But again, it's hard to distribute because you got to throw it in a little plastic cup, and then you got to pour this pico from the plastic cup into your tiny burrito on an 8-inch counter, all the while standing up. I mean, what am I fucking Chris Angel over here, honey? It was a lot to take, but the cold pico on this beefy, cheesy burrito, I thought it was good. And my burrito was $5, $4.99. I paid a lot more for much worse burritos. Okay, I paid double the price for a burrito where I wanted to die after eating, or just had a terrible experience. So for $5, I'll say it's mildly bussin'. For gas station food, Maverik, no C, I would say it's a choice.
Babe.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
If you were like, hey girl, I'm taking you out tonight.
Yeah.
Put on some pants and shoes and a bra, and we're going out.
Yeah.
And if you took me to Maverik,
yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, boy.
Yes,
I dig this.
Yes, queen.
I'm here for it.
Well, how about, hey girl, you keep on those yoga pants. You throw on some flip flops. You continue wearing the black V-neck that you stole from me. I'm sorry, borrowed.
Do I have to put a bra on?
No.
In this scenario. Okay.
No, queen. It's a gas station, honey. We're not out here dining at a Firestone restaurant in Old Sacramento. I'll say mildly bussin' for Maverik as a whole. We need to try more stuff. Hopefully they add more stuff.
There's off the top of my head, 4 items I wish I could have tried. So we're going back at least 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good time.
Can you promise me you'll take me back?
I will. Keep your yoga pants on. Throw on some flip-flops. Your pink flip-flops, honey. Although Lennox's friend, mom, gave him Croc.
We went to pick up Lennox from his friend's house today.
Yeah.
He had spent the night last night.
Yeah.
And we're in the garage. He's gathering his backpack and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, did these Crocs fit you? You want to take these home with you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So apparently they have an abundance of Crocs shoes.
Well, but they weren't the traditional Crocs. They were Croc.
They were sliders.
Flip-flops, sliders.
They were sliders, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew Crocs make sliders?
Yeah. No, I didn't know, and now that I know, I don't want to know. So we have some Croc sliders.
We took them, and then as we were walking to the car, Lennox was like, "I don't want these."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, we have them now.
Right.
You're gonna wear them."
Yeah, because he has the regular thongs. Is that what you call them? Flip flops. And I thought the thongs that go in between your big toe and your.
We don't call them thongs anymore, honey.
Flip flops.
Yes.
Okay.
Ever since the thong song.
Yeah.
We don't call the shoes thongs no more.
Cisco.
Okay.
But well, would you rather wear a flip flop that with the little rubber stick thing that
between your toe?
Yeah. Or would you rather wear Croc flip flops? It's not a complete Croc. A complete Croc, the traditional Croc, nasty, disgusting, a fashion faux pas. But a slider Croc, I'm not mad at. I could dig it.
Hey, he got a free pair of shoes.
Yes.
I was like, cool, awesome. Yeah. You're going to wear these if you just need to like run outside or go for a little walk.
Yeah, or give it to Zeus, or we'll give it to homeless Jesus. What size does he wear? Okay. Though, Maverik, bussin'. a good time, mildly busting. We're hoping for more. But it was fun to go there and kind of treat it as a destination, a landmark, something significant.
I kind of felt like we went there, we were in the parking lot. I was like, am I on a road trip? Am I on vacation?
Right.
It felt like a fun time.
Yeah. And it was. And the place, well, another thing is that we hope they add more hot menu at it. We hope. We're praying where it's keeping us up at night that Maverik adds more nachos. But a lot of the inside just was empty. Like they have much room to grow. A
lot of empty floor space. Yeah. And I was wondering, are they going to leave this? Or are they going to put a little stand here?
Yeah. And I've read on the internet, honey, I'm on the World Wide Web, that some Maveriks have frickin' Cinnabon inside.
Oh.
Okay. And I could imagine a Cinnabon and a Wetzel Pretzels. It's like the frickin' food court at Sunrise Mall. Okay.
It's a little food court at your gas station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be back. We'll do a comprehensive review as opposed to this, which is a shallow dive review.
We'll be back with more.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Sure. We're done. That's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate and share. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. By the way, I'm not into marketing or advertising or PR, honey. Public relations. But the fact that Maverik is big in Utah and the people who responded to your story are Mormon. I think a good slogan would be Maverik, no see. Maverik. Fueling and feeding Mormons since 1953. You like that?
Yeah, you're targeting a specific demographic.
Yeah, and you're letting people know, you're getting the message, like you can get gas here and you can get food here.
I want to drive to Utah.
Wait a second.
And I want you and I to hit up every Maverik between here and there. Because they're in Nevada as well, yeah?
Yes. Arizona.
And we can make a little pit stop. We can go up to Idaho.
We're going to be those couples. This couple dined at every Denny's in the United States of America. They're at Denny's number 803, and there's 404 to go.
Nothing would make me happier than going to every Maverik in the Western United States,
is that your retirement dream?
Yes.
You do dream about going in a Winnebago, right?
I want to retire, and I want to drive around the United States in an RV.
A recreational vehicle?
And I want to poop in a hole in the side of the road.
Oh.
Okay?
What is this, Frances McDormand in No Band Land?
Yes.
Movie? Anyways. Okay, so I have to pee hecka bad.
I have to pee hecka bad. Finish it.
I will. Do whatever you want. You're grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use a promo code for Maverik. By the way, they have a rewards program and an app.
Have you signed up?
No.
Honey.
I will. We don't have a promo code for Maverik. Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may have made asses of ourselves in the beer cave inside Maverik, but I'm still a good person. We're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. So, bye-bye.